Hey guys, it's Ryan from the Nostalgia Factor here, back again with another gaming discussion for you guys. And today's video is going to be a little bit different from ones that we've done before, as this game is going to be actually a talk about a modern release, specifically a game that is released within the last month or two, and that is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, while we usually cover old games here on the channel, guys, Kingdom Hearts 3 is actually the subject of a bit of controversy right now in the gaming community, and me, as a longtime fan of the series, particularly Kingdom Hearts 2, I have played a majority of the other games. This game, it's a very weird situation right now, as Kingdom Hearts 3 was an anticipated title for years. People have been waiting for this game, and while from talks of it, it has a lot of really great features and gameplay and story to it, there are some criticisms to it. And today I kind of wanted to talk about why this is considered a weaker title than a game that came out in 2006. Now, while I haven't personally played the game yet, I do intend on picking it up and playing it for myself. I have seen a lot of criticisms that I did want to talk about in the video, and I have watched some Let's Plays and gameplay, and I won't be spoiling anything from the story. This isn't a review of Kingdom Hearts 3 by any means. I would have to play the game in order to officially do that. However, I do want to address some of the stuff, and from what I have observed from Let's Plays and news and information that I've kept up with, kind of give my thoughts on the criticisms brought up toward this game, and why it's considered kind of a weaker title in the Kingdom Hearts series. Now, don't misunderstand me for a second. Kingdom Hearts 3 is, again, a great game. Beautiful visuals from what I've seen. Storytelling is still really great and consistent. And frankly, from, again, the other elements that I've seen of the game, with all the different combat changes, with the different introduction of different Keyblade transformations, vehicle segments, and everything, you'd think that this would be a game people wouldn't have problems with, but no, there's a fair share of criticisms people have had toward this game. One major one that I've seen is that the game is just too dang easy. The critical mode is a mode that Kingdom Hearts games have had up till this point. Critical mode is the hardest mode in the game, various restrictions, but if you want a hardcore Let's Play of the game, you want to go for critical. The highest mode in this game is prod mode, which Kingdom Hearts 3 doesn't seem to contain critical. But the complaint that it's too easy, I can kind of vouch for, and I can kind of see, with the introduction of all the Keyblade transformations, with the introduction of the traction flow rides, and everything they give you at the start of the game, it really makes you overpowered compared to other games, whereas you have all these special abilities right off the bat, and you can just move through bosses and worlds with ease. And unfortunately, again, there's no critical mode, which overall doesn't really pose a big deal, but with everything else that the game has, the game is definitely too easy, and Kingdom Hearts 2... again, a game that came out in 2006, keep that in mind, is a harder challenge, because I've personally played Kingdom Hearts 2 many times, and I love the game, and from the looks of it, I can vouch that Kingdom Hearts 2 is a harder game, so Kingdom Hearts 3 being an easier game might be a good thing for some people, but to the hardcore fans, I can see why people would have a problem with it. Another big criticism that I've seen of Kingdom Hearts 3, besides, the easiness of it and the lack of critical mode, is the story. Now, Kingdom Hearts, if you're a fan of the series, I'm not going to bother breaking down every story element, because we'd be here all day. You're better off looking up a video on YouTube explaining it. But the Kingdom Hearts series is known for its lore, its story, various characters, and various things that have led up to this point in Kingdom Hearts 3, with Kingdom Hearts 3 ending off the Xehanort saga, and Xehanort's the big bad up to this point, of course. I feel like the criticism toward the story, and I have seen a majority of the story in Let's Plays here on YouTube, and it's everything that I really expected it to be. However, I can see it's very convoluted in some points. Some things from previous games don't get explained. The ending's kind of ambiguous, raising more questions from a mobile game that kind of doesn't explain a whole lot either, which will inevitably lead into Kingdom Hearts 4, but I thought the ending was still good, though. But I feel like all the storytelling, when they try to wrap it up in this game so much, the Disney worlds don't feel like they're resolving anything. The main points where you get certain characters back and you do certain things and certain things happen at the end to kind of wrap up this 13-year story since the first game came out, doesn't really serve a lot in the main portions of the game. You're basically just playing through the Disney worlds regularly through their stories and movies that they're based off of. So the story, while, again, it isn't a main focus for, 85% of the game. It's only the last few hours that the story's, involved, which is, again, a criticism people have. And the fact that this convoluted story that Square Enix have been trying to explain, and if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, again, you'll get it. But the average person that picks this game up, they aren't going to have a single idea what's going to happen with this game. They're not going to know the story if they haven't played all the other games. So, yeah, I can see why this is another criticism people are having with the game. It's just too confusing at times, and enough just doesn't always get explained. And overall, the last real major thing for this game is just the theming of it all, the structuring, the pacing, the setup for the Disney world. Some people, the story, like we mentioned before, it doesn't have a good pace. A lot of it doesn't get explained till near the end, and it's just confusing as it is. But the Disney worlds themselves, and again, I've observed this, some of them just feel like rehashes of the movie. Some worlds in particular feel like it more than others. Some worlds in this game, like with the Big Hero 6 world, are their own original stories that have nothing to do with the movies they're based off of. But again, from worlds that I've seen like Tangled or Frozen, while there's some original Kingdom Hearts elements in there, it's basically a retelling of the original, game, or movie, I should say, not game. And that poses a problem because Kingdom Hearts 2 did such a good job. Well, some of the stories were loosely based off of them. Most of the time, they were original stories, even when they were kind of retelling events from movies. Like Agrabah, the Halloween Town Book, Night Before Christmas, Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean, Hercules, Mulan, freaking Beauty and the Beast, Twilight Town. All those worlds had their own original stories. Twilight Town wasn't a Disney property, but you get what I'm saying. All the other worlds had their originality to it, and that was great. And unfortunately, this game just doesn't seem to have a lot of that, and there's even less worlds than Kingdom Hearts 2. So there's not a lot of replayability, which is, again, another criticism people have had. You can't go through the world a second time. There's not as many worlds. Some feel longer, some feel shorter. The game, with the pacing, just isn't that consistent, and all these criticisms that I brought up in this video, again, ones that I personally haven't experienced, but ones that I have observed, and I've watched a lot of footage, and I've researched this game very extensively over the years. I can agree with a lot of these points, but that's not to say that the game is terrible by any means. It's still, everyone agrees, including myself, that it looks like a great damn game, but it's not a masterpiece like everyone was expecting, and maybe the hype was part of what kind of killed the game. But overall, it looks like a good game, and a lot of people agree on that. Again, it's just not the best in the series, and a lot of people prefer Kingdom Hearts 2. Other than that, though, guys, this has been my little take on, why people are really hating Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. Maybe not hating it, but more so disliking certain parts of the game. Again, it's a solid game, but there's its fair share of problems, and again, it's just not the strongest in the series overall, it seems. And I kind of just wanted to talk about the different points and kind of give my viewpoint and all that stuff. But let me know your thoughts about this video in the comment section down below, and your thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3. Have you played the game? What have you seen about the game? Are you interested in it? What has your experience been like if you have played it? Do you agree with any of the criticisms brought up? Just let me know all that in the comment section down below if you do so wish. And if you enjoyed this little discussion video on Kingdom Hearts 3, be sure to give this video a big old like, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you want to catch our future gaming stuff coming your way, as always. So that, my nostalgics, this has been Ryan from the Nostalgia Factor saying, keep on gaming.